My first job I ever did, acting, was with him when I was 7. I love working with my dad. If I could always do it, I would.
Ever wondered what it's like to be born into Hollywood royalty? Well, at 24, Ella Blue Trovalta is finally shedding light on her life in the spotlight, and the truth might surprise you. For years, rumors have swirled about her relationship with her famous father, John Trovalta, and the unusual challenges of her Hollywood upbringing. Now, Ella's ready to break her silence, sharing insights into her life, her bond with her father, and some truths fans won't see coming. Growing up in the spotlight. Her life wasn't exactly very normal from the first day that Ella Blue Trovalta took her first steps. Born with a father as iconic as John Trovalta and a mother as iconic as Kelly Preston, hers came with lights and camera flashes, endless red carpets. Think of those very first family photographs in all their glossiness, gracing not a family album, but the covers of glossy magazines. But while other kids were learning how to ride bikes or play hopscotch, Ella was learning the ropes of life as part of the Hollywood elite. But growing up in the glamorous world of Hollywood wasn't always a dream. For Ella, that meant getting used to life under the microscope from a young age. Picture this: you're just a kid, but wherever you go, there are paparazzi, each flash a reminder that in so many ways your life isn't really your own. Every milestone, every special moment wasn't just a family affair, it was a headline. And while it may sound glamorous, the constant attention also came with an incredible weight. From star-studded movie premieres to quiet family moments, Ella's life was always public. She was not just John Travolta's daughter, she was a diminutive star in her own right, pulled into the spotlight wherever she went. But what did that feel like for a little girl trying to make sense of where and who she is? That is where the story about Ella takes a turn toward the unexpected. She admits that growing up with unique opportunities, while a blessing, brought unimaginable pressures to meet expectations, to uphold a legacy she did not choose but one she was born into. Living in the shadow of a family legacy like that came with its perks. Yes, she met some of Tinseltown's biggest stars before she hit her teens. Imagine growing up thinking a movie set was as familiar as your own living room. But with all these privileges, Ella was constantly reminded of the weight of her family's fame. The expectations that came with her last name were no light burden. People weren't just watching her, they were waiting, anticipating her next move, hoping to see if she would follow in her father's legendary footsteps. And then, of course, there are the rumors. The rumor mill in Hollywood never sleeps, and neither did the Trovalta family. Rumors circulated about Ella's childhood, her relationship with her parents, and whether she was going to finally follow in her father's footsteps into the entertainment industry. So, what's it like to have John Trovalta as your father? Well, according to Ella, it has been a blessing and a challenge. She told us that through all the rumors milling around and the constant attention, he has been steadfast, guiding her through the maze that comes with fame. In her words, John Trovalta was more than a father. He was a mentor and a friend. He taught her the value of humility, grounding her with life lessons far beyond the glamour of Hollywood or the bright lights. She learned from him to approach fame with caution, knowing full well that while the spotlight may shine bright, it doesn't always warm the heart. What fans might find surprising is Ella's unique take on fame. To her, growing up famous was not just about the red carpets and the luxury, it was a bittersweet experience, which she went through very strongly and with a lot of class. Her younger years were so much about first-world perks but real-life problems, and while she could have easily been swallowed by the Hollywood machine, she did manage to stay grounded in her roots, thanks largely to the values instilled by her parents. Though she appreciates her father's advice, the journey toward independence was not always smooth sailing for Ella. She has spoken publicly of the moments of struggle that came her way, needing to forge her own path through all the expectations. To Ella, being John Travolta's daughter was synonymous with big shoes to fill, but also creating an identity of her own. She was not content to just tread along in her dad's footsteps. No, Ella was determined to walk her own path, one that would let her define herself beyond her family's fame. And those rumors that just won't go away? Well, it turns out Ella has a lot more to tell about her journey than any fan could have guessed. Ready now to lift the lid on the untold truths about her early years, she implies there are stories only she can tell, insights only she has. So hold on tight, because what Ella has to say about her childhood is going to shock even Travolta's most ardent fans. A Hollywood life with secrets and struggles. In Hollywood, whispers and secrets are as common as the flashing lights on the red carpet, yet the Trovalta family knows them all too well. From a young age, Ella Bleu learned to negotiate not only with the spotlight, but also with a complicated web of rumors that proved relentless in their pursuit. Imagine growing up with the world picking apart your family's every little move, analyzing every smile, every word, and even every silence. What must that feel like? They were not just rumors from a tabloid. For Ella, they were a constant presence that came with the experience of fame. One rumor that followed the Trovalta family for years was about their beliefs. John and Kelly Preston, members of the Church of Scientology, had constantly found themselves the object of speculation. People wondered how these beliefs nested in the family structure of the Trovaltas, and Ella, as she was growing up, she often found herself in the whirlpool of curiosity. Still, Ella has always been able to walk a thin line with her private life, but also graciously meets the rumors headlong. It wasn't just beliefs. Whispers regarding the Trovalta family's relationships and personal lives were common too. Further fuel was added to the fire by gossip surrounding John Travolta's lifestyle choices and relationships. To Ella, all these stories felt like invisible chains, as if the world was constantly trying to shape her family's narrative, leaving her to untangle the truth from the sensationalism. How does one craft one's identity when the world insists on painting you in hues of its choosing? It wasn't until recent years that Ella finally opened up about how much those rumors really affected her path to adulthood. She finally admitted that it wasn't easy carrying those stories on her shoulders while growing older. Years went by, and Ella had to stay strong no matter what, keeping a smile up amidst the storm of speculation. But make no mistake, behind that smile was a young woman learning how to come into her own truth, despite what others said about her family. Now, Ella is ready to share just how much these rumors have influenced her path. So when asked about these whispers, Ella finally confessed that sometimes she felt like she was living two lives. The one she knew was true and the other one fashioned by the public's insatiable curiosity. But after a moment of utter weakness, she does admit that the sooner she faces any of such rumors, the stronger she emerges. It's a glimpse into the world of Ella, which few fans ever get to see, and it's evident as she's coming into her own that this is a girl ready to take back her story. And what else does Ella have to say about these ever-present whispers? Stay tuned, because Ella's story is far from done. Ella and John's unbreakable father-daughter relationship. Through thick and thin, the one constant in Ella's life has been her father, John Trovalta. Despite the ups and downs, the tabloids, and the unending scrutiny, their bond has stood the test of time, shining brightly in a world that's often cold and unforgiving. If Hollywood's a battlefield, then John and Ella are allies in the trenches, holding each other up through it all. Their relationship isn't just about shared DNA, it's built on shared strength, mutual admiration, and an unbreakable connection. Fans have often seen glimpses of this bond in public, from red carpet events to heartwarming Instagram posts. John has been there for Ella, whether celebrating her milestones or supporting her through challenging moments. But perhaps the most profound example of his unwavering support came after the passing of Ella's mother, Kelly Preston. Losing Kelly was a devastating blow to both father and daughter. Yet in their shared grief, John became Ella's anchor, guiding her through one of the darkest times in her life. He didn't just comfort her, he taught her how to carry on, how to find light even in the deepest shadows. It's moments like these that show the depth of their relationship. John isn't just a father to Ella, he's a mentor, a friend, and her biggest cheerleader. He has always encouraged her to pursue her dreams, whether in the arts or in any path she chooses. And Ella, in return, has often described her father as her rock, the person who has taught her resilience, kindness, and the courage to be herself in a world that sometimes demands otherwise. But there's one particular moment that reveals the true depth of their connection, and it's bound to tug at your heartstrings. Shortly after Kelly's passing, John made a touching gesture to honor her memory in a way that brought comfort to Ella. The two of them decided to create their own quiet rituals, moments dedicated to remembering Kelly and celebrating her life. These weren't grand displays for the public eye. They were deeply personal acts of remembrance that allowed both father and daughter to heal together. John's unwavering support wasn't just about guiding Ella through her grief. It was about building a foundation of love that would carry them both forward. The strength of their bond is something that fans admire, and it's a testament to the love and respect they share. When the world feels overwhelming and the rumors seem louder than ever, John and Ella find solace in each other. Together, they've built a relationship that's more than just father and daughter. It's a partnership, a friendship, and perhaps most importantly, a safe space where they can be themselves without fear of judgment. So what more can we learn from the remarkable connection between Ella and her father? Their journey is filled with quiet resilience, shared strength, and yes, moments that will melt even the hardest of hearts. Stay tuned, because their story is a beacon of hope, a reminder of the power of family, and a testament to the bond that withstands it all. Remembering Kelly Preston's legacy. The moment Kelly Preston died in 2020, millions were visibly in pain. For her family, it was an ache incomprehensible. Kelly wasn't just an actress in Hollywood. She was a wife, mother, and just that radiant soul who could light up even the tiniest of rooms with her warmness. To John and Ella, Kelly was just a part of them. It was a turning point in their lives that was colored by sadness, yet somehow it was even tinged with resilience. The months that followed her death, John and Ella paid their obeisance to the memory of Kelly in their own personal and very touching way. While many celebrities do this through elaborate ceremonies in Hollywood, John and Ella find their comfort in much quieter tributes, often in heart-touching posts on social media. Each post was a sneak peek into their world and reminded one of the love and light Kelly brought along in their life. Ella has been sharing touching tributes to her mom that clearly resonated with fans all over the world. Among the many posts was this simple and deep, "Mom, you are my hero, my heart, my forever." Those words moved hearts across the globe, sending ripples of empathy and support. But as touching as these public tributes were, they were only just the beginning of how Ella and John chose to remember Kelly. Any moments of remembrance that they both share between themselves are personal and close to their hearts, a way of carrying Kelly's spirit through their actions and decisions. For John, this means being a rock of steadfast support for Ella, guiding her through the darkness of grief while nurturing her dreams. For Ella, this means finding ways of celebrating Kelly's life well lived fearlessly, just as Kelly would have wanted. They have been able to lean on each other for support through the love that Kelly left behind. As Ella once said, her mom's legacy lives on, not just in memories, but in every act of kindness and courage she exudes. The passing away of Kelly has left a void, but at the same time, a sense of resolve that has dawned on father and daughter. As much as they can have the longing day in and day out, they are determined to live graciously, because that is how one must pay homage to Kelly. Every milestone attained, every fall of laughter and surge of joy, attests to the life Kelly had lived and given. The way he allows Ella to build her career, encourage her to pursue whatever Ella wants to John, this is the way to keep Kelly's spirit alive. Thus, in much hurt and with resilience and grace, Ella's journey would be a tribute to her mother's influence, a constant reminder that even though there is loss, love remains. But that's not where their story of resilience ends. For Ella, her mother's legacy urged her to take that big leap in her career, carrying Kelly's warmth and determination as her guiding light. So what awaits her as she walks into her own? Her mother's legacy lives on, but for her, it is only the beginning. how Ella Bleu carved her own path. While Ella Bleu Trovalta grew up in the shadow of one of Hollywood's biggest stars, she has always been determined to shine in her own light. Making her first big leap into the entertainment world, Ella starred with her father in a film called The Poison Rose, which gave her a chance to prove her talents on her own for the very first time. For a girl who has grown up with the world watching her every move, that is pretty bold, but Ella didn't allow the pressure to get the better of her. Instead, she used it for fuel to go ahead and propel herself. Not only did working on set with her father bring them closer, but it was also a masterclass in acting. John has spoken proudly about Ella's commitment and dedication, saying that her talent is not just a reflection of him or Kelly, but something uniquely her own. Ella's performance in The Poison Rose was more than a mere debut. It was her proclamation of independence from her father's fame. She was no longer John Travolta's daughter. She was Ella Bleu Trovalta, an actress of her own, marking her own spot in the city of Hollywood. Besides her film projects, Ella has developed an increasingly large presence on social media, a reflection of her uniqueness and creativity. You will not only see glamour shots or behind-the-scenes peeks at parties in Hollywood on her Instagram, it is that of a normal young woman in love with nature, art, and life's simple delights. Ella shares so candidly in her life, as if allowing her fans an authentic glimpse of herself beyond the red carpets. Each post seems to scream in silent undertones that Ella isn't chasing the limelight. She's living her life of learning and growing on her own schedule. The path to forging her own path in Tinseltown is strewn with its own set of challenges. Yes, her being an industry kid does matter, but then again, Ella has not let it overwhelm her in getting ahead with a career, her own. She wants to be more than just John Travolta's daughter. She wants to have a name and make a reputation based on her own talents, dreams, and passions. It was her talent and sincerity that won the hearts of all who had watched her grow, not just a last name opening doors. In interviews, Ella has expressed how she will look into different roles and projects that are worthwhile, a sign that this girl is not in the industry for fleeting accolades. She wants to be able to tell a story that matters through her playing of roles that reverberate beyond the screen. The drive to be able to make a difference through her craft may be a testament to the values inculcated into her by her parents. And as her career unfolds, she is already showing that her path is going to be one that defies expectations, sets an indelible mark. What is perhaps even more compelling is how Ella was able to balance staying true to herself while stepping out of her father's shadow. Her journey is not one to rebel against the legacy, but to bring a newness to it on her terms. Now what? Ambitious and with a purpose, Ella is forging ahead, making her own name while honoring the love and legacy that has molded her. There's so much promise and excitement to come in this bright young woman's life, but one thing is for sure, Ella Bleu Trovalta is only getting started, and the world can't wait to see where she goes from here. Ella Bleu's journey of self-discovery. As Ella Bleu Trovalta steps into her own, she's been remarkably candid about her experiences navigating fame and family. In recent interviews, Ella has shared her unique perspective on what it's like to grow up as the daughter of one of Hollywood's biggest icons. Unlike many children of celebrities who shy away from the limelight or rebel against it, Ella has taken a balanced approach, finding a way to honor her family's legacy while carving out her own path. But she also offers a surprising revelation about her family life that sheds new light on her journey. Ella has spoken openly about her respect for the industry, acknowledging that fame comes with both privileges and pressures. She's no stranger to the attention and expectations that come with being a Travolta, yet she's not defined by it either. Ella's view on fame is refreshingly grounded. She sees it not as an end goal, but as a platform to tell meaningful stories and make an impact. Her reflections show a maturity that many find inspiring, proving that she's more than ready to take on Hollywood on her own terms. One of the things that has captivated fans recently is Ella's genuine affection for her family's values. Despite growing up in the public eye, Ella's roots have kept her grounded. She frequently speaks about the lessons her parents taught her, lessons about kindness, resilience, and the importance of staying true to oneself. In her own words, Ella has shared that her family's strength lies in their unity, a bond that has only grown stronger with time. And while the world saw her as the daughter of a movie star, Ella reveals that her family's greatest legacy is not the fame or the fortune, but the unwavering support and love they share. Fans were particularly moved by Ella's latest insight. She admitted that the world has only seen a fraction of who her family really is. While the public focuses on glamorous premieres and blockbuster hits, Ella's family life is built on the simple things: shared dinners, late-night conversations, and cherished memories that Hollywood cameras never capture. This truth, she says, is what keeps her centered and gives her the courage to step forward in her own career. So what's next for Ella? She's hinted that more projects are in the works, and she's determined to continue pursuing her passions. But her ultimate goal isn't just about fame or success, it's about discovering her own truth and inspiring others along the way. As she steps into the future, Ella Trovalta is showing us that sometimes the best way to stand out is to stay true to who you are. Ella's journey is only just beginning, and her resilience and authenticity promise a bright future ahead. Want to see what's next for this rising star? Hit the like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and make sure to subscribe so you won't miss a beat. Ella's story is unfolding, and trust us, there's so much more to come. Stay tuned because the best is yet to come.